Hi, and thanks so much for joining me. Today we are talking about one of my very favorite brands, as well as a special offer just for you. So please keep watching. Chantecaille is one of my very favorite brands. We are going to go through every single Chantecaille item that I have, starting with skincare. I know that many of you are familiar with their makeup, and now some of you are getting really interested in their skincare. And I love Chantecaille because they are the epitome of understated elegance. There's nothing flashy about this company, but there's a lot of substance behind what they offer. Everything is tastefully done. If you're not familiar with Chantecaille, I'll just read this really quickly because I think it embodies what they stand for. We believe in the healing powers of flowers and plants and build our formulas on pure ingredients and smart science. We are proud to give back to charities that protect wild species and spaces. I was so thrilled when they reached out to me and let me know they wanted to extend you not only early access, but a 30% off code as well. Every year there is a Sylvie Chantecaille birthday sale. She is the CEO and founder of Chantecaille, so thank you so much and happy birthday to you. I hope it's amazing. They also asked if they could send some items over, and they generously sent so many items for me to try, so I will feature them here. I mentioned them in my haul, so if you're back from that, I'm going more in depth today, showing you some demos even with the skincare. So we'll start off with skincare, we'll get into makeup. I will try to call out all of the items they sent to me, but I also have a lot of items that I had already purchased from them. So at the end of this video, I will also talk about which ones I would recommend, my top recommendations, as well as my own wish list. I will be shopping the sale myself because this is such a wonderful offer. The code provided to you is Grace Sylvie Sale 30. I will put it here so you can see it as well. I will also put that in the description box below. So with that code, you'll not only get the 30% off your purchase, you will also get early access. The sale is open to the public on the 28th. But you will have early access starting today, the 25th. So again, the code is Grace Sylvie Sale 30. I have to look just to make sure. Again, it's valid starting today, the 25th. It started at midnight, and it's valid through the 27th on the US and the UK websites. So if you're in the UK, it is open to you as well. Again, it's open to the public on the 28th. So you can imagine with 30% off, that many people will be buying products now because that is a phenomenal savings. There are so many products. I think I have a dozen in my cart right now, but I've got to definitely whittle it down. So I thought I'd go everything just so you could see them in action, as many as I could. In fact, I did 2 different eyes, and this is actually a 3rd eye. You'll get to see many of the products demonstrated for you. And they were also kind enough to send PR to some of my friends here on YouTube. So I will list their videos below too, so you can see other products that they received. So I thought that would help in case they received other shades that I didn't receive, or different products I didn't receive. So as I see their videos come up, I will list them below for you because I'm sure they will be posting today as well. We'll go ahead and start off with some skincare, get to the makeup, and then we'll get to my various lists of recommendations as well as my own wish list. I've just gone in with a clay mask, but let me just apply a little bit of this lip tint in Beach Rose. Just for a little moisture, I did purchase this one myself. This was sent to me complimentary. I'm just going in with a little bit of the rose water before I hydrate. So what I love about this is the scent of it. It's so relaxing. It's a nice little break if you work on your laptop a lot during the day. It just kind of refreshes you, takes you away from that digital environment for a little break and a little bit of calming. So I really am enjoying this one. It's so beautiful. It does have a fragrance to it, but it's very subtle, nothing overwhelming at all. But this is the mask I went in with. It is the Detox Clay Mask with rosemary and honey. Of all the kinds of masks I've used before, I think I've used more clay masks than anything. And this one is different because it is nice and actually hydrating. So if you've used clay masks before and you know how drying they can be sometimes, this one doesn't dehydrate your skin at all. Actually, my skin felt quite supple after I was done with it and I had just rinsed it off. It's really a nice one. It does all those wonderful things that clay masks do, like minimize the appearance of pores, but this one, again, is different because my skin felt so soft, so supple after I rinsed it off. So definitely worth a try if you like a nice clay mask. So let's talk about some wish list items because I have a couple of things, not a couple, I have a cart full of wish list items. I probably won't purchase all of these at once, but I would like to try them all at some point. But in my cart, I do have an eye product. So The Nano Gold Energizing Eye Serum looks really interesting to me. If you've been here before, you know I loved there was an eye cream or an eye product that had a rollerball applicator, and then after a while it just never showed back up on the market again. I don't know what happened to it, but ever since then I've been wanting something like it, and I didn't realize that they had one. So this one has a nice rollerball applicator on it, and it addresses things like puffiness, which is when I want that kind of product, that's what I'm looking for. So it does that. It softens the appearance of dark circles, which I don't really have, but as I'm getting more mature, I do notice that popping up a little bit more. I think this might be at the top of my list of things that I would like to try. Also, brightening. Usually I will go in with a brightening serum at this point. I don't have one by Chantecaille. I'm using one by another brand, but when that one runs out, the one that I'm looking at here is the Blanc Gardenia Brightening Essence. So that would go in next if I had that. So wish list items. The mask and this were provided complimentary by Chantecaille so generously. And then I asked Janelle, so she's great. She works for Chantecaille. I didn't know what order to put things in because I have so many like serum-y type things right here that they sent me as well. So again, they sent this to me complimentary, the Blue Light Protection Hyaluronic Serum. So I'm going to take a couple pumps of that, and you can see it has quite a viscosity about it. So I'm going to take that and just pat that into the skin. This again protects against blue light, and it also helps with all of these dark spots of mine. I feel like some of the items they sent me has to do with helping out with these dark spots. So I'm so happy to try them because as you can see, they're looking better. From my observations, my skin gets a little used to products. So when I switch them up a little bit, I see a little bit of a bump in progress. So we'll see what kind of bump this gives me in terms of how well we do, because like I have no makeup on right now and they look so different than a couple years ago. If you've seen those old videos, I think I have a thumbnail that even shows how dark they were to begin with. We've come quite far. This one does visibly decrease brown spots and the appearance of wrinkles, so I love that. It's not just one thing that's targeted, there are several things that these do. I do gravitate towards things that say reduces the appearance of brown spots or appearance of age spots, because that's really what my main concern is. And enlarged pores, if there's anything in a description that talks about that, I will want to definitely try it. Then we're going to go in with this Radiance Elixir, which was sent complimentary as well. So I'm glad I can share all this information with you because skincare from them is new to me, and I of course want to try more at this point. But this is an illuminating serum. It's infused with glow boosting intelligent botanicals that leaves the skin visibly radiant. This one plumps up the look of fine lines, and also if you have redness, it says it has a refining lipopeptide that reduces the visible redness in your skin. And the only redness I really have are, I don't know if this counts, but I have broken capillaries down here. So it has a skin awakening peptide as well. Promotes a well-rested appearance. I can see that it has an iridescence about it. You can also add this to foundation, or you can use it alone. It's a really smoothing feeling if you have a chance to try this. Just the texture is really smoothing. It feels nice on the skin and a really lightweight hydration. I love skincare, so it's really soothing and relaxing for me to apply it. Plus the way these smell, they're just so relaxing, very clean smelling, nothing overwhelming. Then we're going in with this, which was also sent to me complimentary. It's the BioLifting Oil-Free Fluid. This one's created especially for skin with oily tendencies, as well as those who live in hot and humid climates. So this one is more like a cream type substance. I was really excited to try this because I love any topical solutions. I haven't gone down the filler route or Botox or anything like that. I just kind of want to see what I can do topically, and I'm willing to spend more because I don't do anything invasive. Although this was kindly sent to me. Actually, I had it in my cart, but then they sent it to me, so I'm really happy to give this a try. It says it has the most advanced innovative botanicals available that work to moisturize and visibly restore density and elasticity of the skin. I'm just going to press this gently in. Not only does this have a lifting property to it, it also addresses dark spots. Finally, we're going in with this other product they sent to me complimentary. It is the Anti-Pollution Mattifying Cream. This shields skin against pollutants and it leaves the skin looking refined. I'm just tapping it in and then I'll smooth it out. Everything actually here is quite lightweight, which is great for the summer. Okay, now that I'm prepped, there is another item on my wish list, which is the sunscreen. So I had heard them talk about this a couple of times. It is the Ultra Sun Protection Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 45 Primer. And this one is not supposed to leave any kind of white cast. So I really like that about it. So that is definitely something I would be applying right now if I had it. So we're gonna move on though to the foundation. I have the Future Skin Foundation in Shea. It does pull a little bit, just slightly warm on me. Just doing half. So you can do whatever level of coverage we want with this. It's definitely buildable, but I like a sheer coverage. But here's half and half. But also is such an easy product to use. That's why I love to use just my fingers, because it goes on so smoothly. I don't have a concealer by them, but that is on my list as well. The Camouflage Stilo. The Future Skin though is an award-winning foundation. No surprise there. If you haven't tried it yet, it's really just one of the most beautiful foundations that I've been trying. Many foundations. I've kind of trained my eye to look at foundations throughout the day and really observe how they're doing, especially because I've been doing those reviews. So this one though, I have been watching. It looks gorgeous throughout the day. So really great wear on this one as well. See, it says it's lightweight, refreshing, buildable, light reflecting pigments ease the appearance of imperfections for a naturally flawless finish. So I do need to conceal though, so I'll go in with my existing concealers, and I'm also going to put eyebrows on. I'll finish off my hair, it's still wet, and then we'll be back to do makeup. I've gone in with concealer and brows, and I'm going to powder. I did powder under the eyes with a different powder, which I prefer for that area, but for the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with this product, which I purchased, and I actually have a backup of this. That's how much I love this one. I think this is the one I talk about the most, and I know many of you have purchased this because I have talked about it. It is the Hummingbird Perfect Blur Finishing Powder, and I like to take a buffing brush with this because I feel like it picks up the product much better that way, and also I can stamp it on because I have this concealer here. I don't want to move it around. The suggested application, of course, involves some buffing into the skin, but for me, I like to stamp it where my concealer is and buff everywhere else. So that is on my wish list, the Buff and Blur brush, I think. And this is just the most beautiful powder. Okay, if the sound sounded strange there for a moment, it's because my external mic wasn't plugged in, but we're back in business. I think it does a really nice job of just perfecting the texture of the skin as well. That's why I really like this one. And it just looks like your skin, but better. So I hope you can see the way that it has like not a sheen because of anything sparkly or anything like that, but because of the texture. So we are going in with my favorite blush, probably of the year so far. Ever since I purchased it, it is the one that I keep wearing. And every time there's a question or comment about my blush, it is usually this, mostly because I wear it most of the time, but it is just such a beautiful color, and the finish on it, again, just melds together with everything. And then I have, again, that little bit of discoloration coming through, so I like to kind of work it into that area further in just to make this more cohesive, and then I'll go over it again with the powder just so it's not so bright, but you see how intense it is. It's very well loved at this point. So you can see there that it's quite visible. So I'm going to take that brush with the powder on it, the excess, and then just kind of buff it in. The cheeks really do just glow with this, and you can mix the two, the highlighter and the blush, together and apply that as well. I haven't tried that yet, but I saw that Janelle did that. There's the blush, so pretty. Oh, I forgot the bronzer too. Let's go in with bronzer really quickly. I've got the Goa, and this one, there's two in this, and I purchased this one myself. Oh, I purchased the blush myself as well as the powder, and I purchased this. It does have the same embossing on the actual product as the Hummingbird powder. I like this one, but I think the other one is more suited for my skin tone. It works still really well on my skin, but I just feel like the other one might be even better. It does work really seamlessly with everything else. Now we're going in with the eyes. This is a fun part for me because I have these mermaid eyes and I have so many shades. I'm going to try and layer, and I'm actually going to do 2 different eye shadows because I had requests for both of them. So I'm going to show you lots of different things here with as many as I can. This is one of their mattes. So I'm just going to tap it on. I'm going to use it kind of like a primer. I don't usually use so many things at once, but I thought at least I could show you as many things as possible with this. So really quickly, I just use my fingers with these. That's it. It just evens out the eyelid. And I'll try and do better swatches. I felt like my swatches were not that amazing the last time. So let me see if I can do a better job this time of swatching all of the ones that I have. I'm going to take now another one that they sent. That was sent complimentary, by the way. This one also was sent complimentary. It's B. It's a beautiful brown shade. So I'm going to just put that in the crease area a little bit, just slightly right here on the outer, just to give a little bit of depth right here. Really subtle, really simple. I'm going to do something a little different with the eyeliner now. This is in Black Forest and I love this color. It's not black, it's not brown, but it's also not totally some out there shade either. But you can see that there's something different in it. So I'm just gonna go in the waterline first. It's like a cool greenish color with almost like a silvery green. So I feel like this one doesn't get much attention, but it is so pretty. So I'm going to just go up here. And I love the brush they used. It was like an angled eye brush, which is not a difficult shape really to find, but if you're looking at the Chantecaille brushes, that one looked really pretty. They took that brush and they just smudged this out. Now I'm just using my finger, but if you're interested, I mean, I'm looking at that brush. I don't know if I'm going to pick it up, but it is in my cart right now. I just liked the effect that it gave. I think you can be really precise with that brush as opposed to what I'm doing, which is just using my fingers, which is fine. But if you would like a little bit more precision, that brush kind of feathered it out. I don't have a brush. I have a brush kind of like it. I have this one. It's more like a push liner brush, but they did like this kind of motion to it, which looked really pretty. So I thought I would just show you how you can finish this off with just a few little, like that already makes such a difference. But I thought I'd show you how you could finish this off with just a little bit of eyeliner and then just finish off with mascara. I will swatch all of the Mermaid eye products for you. I have about 5 here and I have used Sylvie for quite a while. So I love that one. It's just, you could see how really pretty it is in terms of just evening everything out. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do one eye with one eyeshadow and then the other eye with another eyeshadow just because, again, I had that request. Someone wanted to see, I believe it was Rhinoceros on, so I'm going to put this one on this eye. I'm going to go right over this though. I'll show you this dry and wet so you can see. So this one has some visible particles in it. Now I will go ahead and show this to you wet as well. So there it is, dry. I'm taking a little bit of the rose water. By the way, they did send the luminescent eyeshadows to me. The only one that I had that they did not send to me is Lion. So when you see that swatch Lion, I did purchase that one myself. When I add water, it has more the result of, say, a cream shadow stick. It has that result. So very, very smooth, even. I think that really just brings out how pretty these really are. I'm gonna take a little brush in a moment and just kind of fix that part, but I thought I'd show you that one. This is gonna look strange, but I'm gonna go in while I let that one set a little bit. So I will also swatch all of these beautiful luminescent eye shades for you. I will swatch them dry and wet so you can see the difference. You can see how beautiful they are when they are enhanced with a little bit of water, or in this case, some rose water. They did send these to me complimentary. They are the Le Chrome Luxe Eye Duos, and these are so pretty. So I'm going to apply the Piazza San Marco on this side because someone had, again, a request for this, so I'm trying to just put as much as I can here. So let me dry this off a little bit. So I'm going to take this one, this deeper shade right here on this side. So this does have shimmer in it, but the way that it's different than the luminescent eyes is that there's no evident individual particles of shimmer, if that makes sense. They're more uniform in the way that they catch the light. The particles are more uniform in terms of their size, so you don't have intermittent, like, individual particles. This one has intermittent individual particles. This one is more even. So that is the main difference between these two. So I thought I'd show it to you dry on, so that's dry. But you can also apply these wet. I haven't tried that yet, so we're gonna try together. I'm taking that rose water again, and then we will apply it damp as well. I'll swatch these for you dry and wet as well, just so you can see. But again, you get that more cream shadow stick effect when you do it that way. Wow, that's really beautiful. I'm not quite sure what I didn't realize it was going to come across as like a lilac-y blue. How beautiful is that? Cleaning my brush off in between here. Have a nice towel. So let's go in, and it looks like a pretty lilac-y silver color. So I'm gonna go in here. I'm not sure quite how I'm gonna fix the fact that I have two different eyes on yet, but you can see the difference between the two. So let's go ahead and dampen the brush with this lighter shade as well. Just curious. It's pretty. So that's what I'm gonna say about these. I mean, both of these products, when you apply water, it does have a cream shadow stick type of result. That's beautiful. Pretty. I'm gonna do a little bit of liquid liner here. This is the Fossia Longest Lash Mascara. I've been using this ever since I got it. It's become my new favorite mascara. So I'll show you the application. This is one coat. I don't have primer on today. I usually go in with primer, but I thought I'd show you without primer. Actually, I haven't used it with a primer yet, so I don't know how it looks with a primer, but I know it looks beautiful on its own. Now, I think, oh gosh, I wish I could remember his name, but he said in one of the Zoom sessions to actually apply it like this first, and then to wiggle it up like this. So we'll try that today. I just remembered he mentioned that. I go in with about 3 coats of this. I love mascara. Okay, so there are the eyes. We've got this eye. Let me cover them up so it's not distracting. That is the Piazza San Marco side. And then this is the rhinoceros side. I never added highlighter. I kind of skipped it. So let's just add a little bit of this, by the way. Oh, I also have the Hummingbird eye palette, which is in warm. I love that one as well. So there's so many beautiful things to select, but they're all a little bit different. I think I'm most surprised by this though, in a good way. Okay, so let me sort out what's happening with the eyes and I'll be back with the lip. Okay, if my eye doesn't look like either one of those eyes, you're right. I went in with a Q-tip and just a little bit of eye makeup remover. One of you recommended the eye makeup remover, by the way. And so of course look at that, but I just removed just the eyeshadow and left the eyeliner intact. So then I went in with Tibet this time. I didn't go as dramatic with Tibet, so if you wanted to know what Tibet looks like, this is what it looks like on. It is also gorgeous. I went in with the same eyeliner, the one in Black Forest. That's how we got here with eyes. So I did get these complimentary sent to me. I do have one that I really love too that I purchased myself. It is the one in Honey Pot, which I think a lot of people have. I've tried to get my hands on some other shades, but they're always gone. They're very popular. So I'm happy to try these though. So I think let's go in with this one. Mandevilla, it's the one that's a little bit, I think deeper than the other two. That's pretty. It's like a berry color. I think I'm going to go in with a little bit of this other one here. Let's go in with this one. It's called Frangipane. Frangipane. Then I'm just going to go over all of that with Beach Rose. I do also have a couple of their Hummingbird shades. I've got Coral Belle and Honeysuckle. So if I was going to choose one, I would choose Honeysuckle out of these two. Coral Belle is pretty, but I do wear it combined with Honeysuckle. Now we're at the point where I've got to choose some of my very top items here, which is really hard because I'm looking at the skincare and honestly, it's all really, really nice. So it's hard for me to just pick a few and leave some out. I mean, I would recommend all of the things that I tried, but really, okay, if I have to narrow it down, here we go. Oh, it's hard when I'm looking at all of them because I want to pick them all. And I know, okay, so let me just think of it like if I had to choose just a few in my cart to buy, because it does add up quickly, I realize that. So I love this Pure Rose Water. There's someone in this house who doesn't wear makeup who also really loves this. This has been such a nice little escape during the day to just spritz on. So I think I read that Sylvie Chantecaille keeps it by her bedside, and it's the first thing she spritzes on her face in the morning and at night, and I kind of want to do that myself because it is just makes me happy. The scent of this and the way it feels is so refreshing, especially in the summer. So I would put this in your cart. It's a really nice indulgence, and I feel like if you're shopping Chantecaille anyway, it's a very nice indulgence, whatever you pick, but that's a beautiful one. The next is this bio-lifting fluid because, again, I don't do anything invasive to my face in terms of lifting anything. So anything topical I will use. So this is coming in at a really great time because, as one of you was shocked, but yes, I'm approaching 50. In less than a couple years, I will be there. So I feel like lifting is kind of the next thing that needs to be happening here. So I will keep going with topical solutions here. I'm just going to keep trying that for as long as I possibly can. So this would be another one. Plus, this addresses the dark spots. And this one is also made for, again, my skin type, more oily, also hot and humid climates. So this one has come at a perfect time. And then I would go with this Radiance elixir because it's a multi-use kind of thing. It feels really beautiful on the skin. So if you have a chance to try it or just feel it, it's just a beautiful kind of consistency. It's really smooth going on. You can mix it with other things. I haven't tried that yet, but I would love to. So I do love this one. Again, the other items are also really beautiful, but I'm trying to just narrow it down for you. It's really, really hard. Okay, so on to the makeup. This is not going to be a surprise to those of you who tune in regularly because I'm going to say the Hummingbird Perfect Blur Finishing Powder is just my go-to every day. Someone asked, could you wear this alone over moisturizer? Yes, I have tried it alone just for that question. It looks really pretty on. It just perfects the skin if you have no issues with discoloration like me. In fact, I've gone in before and just put moisturizer, concealer, and then this, and that looks beautiful. So it kind of melds everything together. So if you're not a foundation person, this is a really nice way to just perfect your skin. So it definitely works that way on me, at least. This is the most beautiful blush. I don't know anyone who's picked this up and hasn't loved it. And I know a lot of people say this is the blush of the year for them. So I love this shade, but I'm considering picking up the other shade. So I do have the Manta Ray, but I also looked at the other shade and it also is really pretty too. I might also pick up a backup. We'll see how full my cart gets. I also have to prioritize because if I could pick everything. So I do have to say they did ask me if there was anything specific I wanted to try either from skincare or makeup, which is so generous. I don't know who does that, but they did that. And I just felt like I was honored enough that they would send me anything. So I just said, please send whatever you want and I will be happy to try it. So the things that they sent me, they chose. So I really appreciate it. Excellent choices, by the way, but there is so much more that I want to try. Eventually, I'm sure I'll get there. There aren't very many lines where I say that I've tried everything in their makeup line, at least, and I think I'm gonna get there with Chantecaille. The next thing I would suggest is the mascara. If you're a mascara wearer, it is so beautiful. Let me just read what it says about the peptides because I don't know if I explained it clearly the last time. So let me just look. I want to just be accurate here for you. This is a Fossil Longest Lash Mascara. The newest lash peptide technology has now been added to the original sought-after Fossil formula. The powerful lash peptide helps enhance the appearance of natural lash length, thickness, and fullness. The formula features the non-clumping double helix brush to comb and feather lashes for defined volume. Oh gosh, this, yes, you have to try this. I'm sorry, this is beautiful. The foundation is gorgeous. If you haven't tried it, I don't know who doesn't like this foundation. It is just an impressive, beautiful, one of the most beautiful foundations I've tried. And I have tried a lot of foundations, so that one is beautiful. And plus it's so comfortable on the skin. It's for those people who don't like to wear foundation. I don't love to wear foundation. That one is really comfortable on the skin. Okay, I feel like I'm mentioning everything, but I promise there's stuff I'm holding back. These Lachrome Luxe eye duos were surprising to me. So I didn't know what to expect. I guess because they're so understated in their advertising, I think we don't know until we try the products how phenomenal they are, and they really do speak for themselves. So I feel like, yeah, they don't need a whole lot of flashy advertising because they are gorgeous, and when you discover them, you're like, wow, where has this been? That's how I feel about this product. It is beautiful. So Tibet is beautiful. I love Piazza San Marco. So I know that didn't narrow it down for you at all. I think that Tibet is a little bit more wearable because it's more neutral, but Piazza San Marco is beautiful too. So it just depends on if you want something warmer or cooler. I know there are some other beautiful shades that some of my friends have received, so I'm going to check out their videos to see if I need to add anything to my cart. I think Tibet's a great one. I think that one's really versatile. Then let's go to these Luminescent Eye Shades. So it is so easy to pick all of them. What I'm trying to do as I choose them are picking things that I don't think are widely available or even available in other lines. They are unique to this line in terms of the finish, how they perform, those kinds of things. So that's how I'm trying to pick these for you. This shade Lion is gorgeous. I especially love this one with some water added in. It just gives the most beautiful gold shimmer. It's stunning. So I really love this one. Yeah, so if you had to pick one, I would go with this one. Although I have to say Rhinoceros is beautiful as well. Then let's move along to the Mermaid Eye Mattes. I love the shade Sylvie. I think it's so, again, versatile. I think you can use it as a primer. I think you can use it as a one shadow. I think it works on most people as well. And it's just a beautiful neutral tone. So you can do a lot from there. And I think it's just pretty. It's a great everyday. I have my old one here. This is the older one. So it's definitely well loved. So I'm happy to have a new one in my life. Let's move on to the lip veils. The Honey Pot, the one that I purchased, is beautiful. My mom has this. I think this might be the second one I have. A lot of people have this one. It's a great everyday lip, really easy to wear. And out of the new ones, I love this Mandavilla. Really pretty. Great formula, really hydrating too. And then this eyeliner, their eyeliners are beautiful. I mean, if their other colors are anything like this one, I love this shade, Black Forest. I'm glad I have it. I don't have anything like it. It is hard to find a shade like this. I've looked. I haven't found one like this before, so this is a beautiful shade. As you can see, you kind of smudge it out and make it into like a light eyeshadowy type of color. I think it's really beautiful on brown eyes as well. I would recommend the bronzer, although I would, for me, want to pick up the other shade, but the formula is beautiful on this one. So depending on your coloring or what you like, bronzers are gorgeous. Those are my recommendations for you. Let me look at my wish list. So I think I talked about them along the way. I don't know if I mentioned all of them. So the Gardenia Brightening Essence is on my list. I also have the Camouflage Stilo. I've got the eyeliner brush. I've got the lip definer. I'm looking at that because, again, I didn't know they had lip pencils. The Nano Gold Energizing Eye Serum, I think that's at the top of my list. And then this Serena Bronzer. I've been looking at that one for a long, long time, so I feel like now's the time to pick it up. I'm also interested in the Brightening Eye Pencil. So it's like one of those nude colored, flesh colored pencils. Also, I'm interested in the Tinted Moisturizer. I asked during one of their other Zoom sessions what shade. They suggested Wheat if I wear the shade Shea. The Buff and Blur brush is on my list, and then the SPF primer is on my list. So I don't think I'll pick everything up, but I will definitely pick up a few select in there. So we'll see which ones I end up with. I'll probably post on Saturday after I purchase what I ended up purchasing so you can see. So make sure to follow me on Instagram so you can see that as well. And I think that's it. I think that is it. And that is it for today's video. I feel like it's really long. I feel like I've been sitting here filming for at least a couple hours at this point between the skincare and this. Again, the code for 30% off your purchase, really, really nice savings, is Grace Sylvie Sale 30, and it is open from July 25th midnight, and that goes to the 27th. And then after that, on the 28th, it is open to the public. So do your shopping early before other people get on there and buy everything else up, because I'm sure a lot will go quickly. So I will be shopping early myself. But the US and UK websites are eligible for this offer. So happy shopping. Let me know what you pick up. I'm really curious. And let me know if there are any recommendations, because maybe something that I want to pick up isn't on my list that you would recommend. So please let me know what they are. A lot of you are familiar with Chantecaille and know about other products I haven't tried yet. So please let me know. I know other people would like to read recommendations as well. So thank you again, Chantecaille, for sending me so many beautiful things to try out. I am so very grateful, and thank you for all of your support. That's why we're here. I really appreciate it. And that's it for today's video. So please take care of each other, stay well. And if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks.